purchased the rough country double steering stabilizer for my steering here, because I upgrade my steering from the wide steering that generally 2001 Dodge have, and I installed the T-steering. The one that I got is on another one of my videos, a Moog. If you guys scroll the other video, is the beginning of the video. I'm showing up the box, and this is the T-steering. It goes from wheel to wheel, and from there goes up into your pigment arm. Well, like I thought. So at least for me, if it's not a challenge, it's not a mechanic day, or mechanic work I should say. So the center bracket is already pre-installed. The bolts are loose. They have the U-clamps with the 50 millimeters under here, and obviously this is a 2001 Dodge with the update 4th generation steering. And right here, if you guys could see, I have the passenger side bracket. It's hard to see how well I'm recording with the camera because I have a lot of glare, but so I can imagine, obviously then the original bracket is to be mounted on the 4th generation Dodge, which I imagine at the bottom of the spring on the base right here. I'm sure it does have a different bracket or setup or something, so I don't have it. So the other ones, they pre-bolt somewhat like that, but I don't have the luxury. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to cut this ear off, and I'm gonna use the back of this, which is a flat base. And if you guys can see here where the track bar is bolted to the axle, I'm gonna cut off this bracket, which I'm not using any longer because this is to bolt the single steering stabilizer. So I'm gonna cut this off, and I'm gonna have a little better base, and then I'm gonna gonna weld this bracket right here at the bottom. That way I have a straight line, and then I'm gonna have to figure what I'm gonna be doing with the bracket on the other side, because I'm gonna have a similar issue, but I don't have a track bar mounted base. That means I will have to juggle something else. Well, first thing that I need to do is taking the U-bolt, the bracket that comes with the single screw for one single shock. And my first issue is my 50 millimeter wrench is obviously really short, and I left my impact wrench on my job. So one thing that you guys can do to make an extension is you take another wrench and put it this way, and now it locks it up on place. I hope the video showed this. And basically what you do now, you extend your wrench a lot longer. So when I put it up in here, it should be able to have more leverage. There we go. And to loosen these bolts, because now I can put a lot more leverage on this bolt. Okay, I cut the bracket. Is right here. This was the old bracket for the steering. It's gone. It was right at this area, and I used, like I said, the support for the track bar, and I weld the bracket. Obviously I will put some anti-corrosive paint and primer, blah blah blah, and all that, and that's how it came out. So it's all welded around. Very hard to weld in the area. The welding is very solid. It's just not super pretty, but it's really hidden there. And this is one of the shocks already installed, one of the steering. The other one I'm gonna have to figure how I will install it, cut it, re-weld it, and put it back up. I'll let you guys what I come out with. in case somebody wanted to do it. This is the end result, and this is what I came out with after replacing my steering linkage from the 2nd gen to the 4th gen T style. And I had to get the 2010 bolt-on stabilizer shock system, and I couldn't bolt it on, so I weld the brackets right there at the bottom of the base where the truck bar goes, and right here underneath it. And I took the other bracket and cut it, fold it back, weld it at the bottom of the base of the shock tower, and the original bracket that came on the T-style bar, I cut it and welded at the bottom there, and T out of that into the front, and it's all done. We're gonna test drive it, and I'm sure there'll be an improvement. Okay, well, the job is done. Like I said in the beginning of the video, there's always a challenge, at least for me, but as you guys can see, definitely from what I have to now, I'm going to turn around on this corner and hit the highway the other way, but it took a lot of the play and a little bit of a wandering. Obviously my tires are really bad, and I'm getting a new set of tires that are capped. I also going to order shocks. All these things, they've been improving the ride. So here I'm going 30 and just taking it easy. That's the actual play. But the truck used to be all over the road, even though the tires are the same and the shocks are the same. But right now the truck will be going right and left every time that it touched or the wheels have contact with some uneven surface. And I gotta say that difference, that movement decreased probably about 80%. I have no hands on the wheel, and obviously the truck is steering a teeny bit to one side or the other, but I won't consider that abnormal because the rows are pitched. But I mean, look, so I'm obviously going to the right side of the road because the road have a pitch to the right. But wow, that really make a major difference for me. This is not to say that everybody will have a major improvement, but I have 37s Nitto 13.5s on 20-inch rims, so they're very sort of large size of tires. And you know, when you have wider tires like that, it costs a difference. So anybody that will have a smaller tires or even a narrower width, I'm sure these double or any double stabilizer shocks will really do a very nice job. That's a nice car right there too. Okay, the end of the video. Thanks.